is equal to n into L. That's it. Like this. So it will ask me the number and the table of that would be printed. Okay, this is what I told you, to take a number from the user and define a function table which prints the table of the numbers. Similarly, I can do anything with this if I know the loops, if I know the conditions. Like suppose I can have a control loop here if num is a multiple of 2, or you can say it is greater than 10. Then you call the function, else you say number is small. So I can do anything like this. So suppose if I say 8, it will not print the table. It will say the number is small. But if I give a larger number, then it will print the table. So suppose if I give 24, then the table is printed. So I have combined all the three aspects that we have learned today: if then else statement, functions, and loops. Next important thing that comes in is list, tuples, dictionary, and sets. So there are, let me have a notepad for that. There are certain properties for each one of them that makes it different from the rest. Okay, so if I talk about list, so list is unordered, duplicates are allowed, and mutable. These are the three properties which it has. Tuples is also, sorry, this is ordered. Tuples are also ordered, duplicate are allowed, but it is immutable. So here comes the difference. Then sets, unordered, duplicate, not allowed, mutable. And dictionary is actually absolutely different, which has a key value pairs. Like this. So how are these four different from each other? Lists are ordered, duplicates are allowed, but they are mutable. Duplicates and lists are immutable, sets are unordered. These are done with the help of square brackets. Tuple is done with the help of round brackets. This is done with the help of curly brackets, and dictionary is also done with the help of curly brackets. Okay. So let's start with the list. L is equal to, I give the list. So since I said it has to be inside square brackets, and they are heterogeneous. It can have integers, floats, strings, Boolean, like this. Okay. Print L, and let's find out what is the type of L. So it will say it is a type of a list. It will say it is a type of a list. Okay. And we can retrieve any value of the list because we said that it is ordered. So there is a fixed order. So if I say L of 0, 53 would be printed. Then there is something which is known as slicing. I can print some values 3 to 6. So the third, fourth, and fifth value would be printed. So 0, 1, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 would be excluded. So 867, 4.46, and 23 would be printed. Okay? Clear? Let's see. 867, 4.46, and 23 are printed. Then I can also print the last element. How's the last element printed? I'll simply say L minus 1. So the last element of 243 would be printed. Okay, those who have collab can do it on collab. Those who have anaconda can do it on anaconda. Anaconda would be a little faster because Jupyter would be a little faster since it is on the local machine. You don't have to go to the server side for doing any programming. Okay, and especially if you want to do only Python, it is always better to use Jupyter or something, because in that case it will be quite faster if you do it on your local machine. So I created a file in the morning. There is Python beginning. Let me execute the list here. So see how fast it is. And the second biggest problem is it uses the internet also. Okay, so list is there, and I said I can have this second last element. So this is true. True would be printed. If I want to print the last three elements, so -3 and colon, it will print the last three elements. Nagpur true 243. If I want to print the true and Nagpur, only true and Nagpur, so -3 is to -1. Nagpur and true are printed. Okay. Similarly, I can have any type of this combinations in which I want which of the parameters to be printed. Suppose I want to print Pooja, that would be -4. -4. Okay. Just let me know on the chat box if anything is not understood or if you're not able to do anything. I have copy pasted the code for the list. The second that we said, we'll talk about tuples. The other thing is I can do some modifications in this. So what were the properties of the list? Ordered. So we have seen ordered. And we have duplicates here. Okay, so can we add an element to it? So I can say L of 0. Let's make L of 0 to Nagpur. That will be a duplicate. Yes, it's a duplicate. And I did a modification also. So now Nagpur exists twice. Nagpur exists twice. And also I have done some modifications in the first element. Earlier, the first element was 53 and now it is Nagpur. So I have done some modifications into it. So it says it is mutable. Mutables means you can make some modifications in it. Okay. And there are various functions of the list that you can perform: insert, delete, update, all this can be done. And there is a very common thing that is used as for I in L that will print all the elements of L, all the elements of the list. Like this. If I want to check for each any one of the elements, like for example, if I say for I in L, I is equal to 64. So then you make L of I is equal to 87. Let's then print L. Okay. For I is equal to 64. Okay, I got your point. So here I'll have to actually take a counter. Let's make the counter as 0. And the counter is incremented. Counter plus doesn't exist. Counter plus 1. Else counter is equal to counter plus 1. Okay. And here I'll say count. See, 64 has been replaced with 87. This was 64. Now it has been replaced with 87. So in this way, I can do anything with respect to the members of the list, and the same rule follows with tuples also. Same rule. I can do whatever I want with the elements of the list or the tuple. Suppose I want to check that whether an element is present in the list or not. So simply I can say In fact, this is not required. For if I is equal to, I'll say 87, print element is present. We'll simply say element is present. If I say 870, it will not print anything. It will not print anything because element is not present. Okay, so in this way, I can perform different types of operations with the list depending upon the type, giving some operations on the type, the members of the list. Next, we go to tuples. Tuples are done with the help of round brackets, and it also has the same properties, heterogeneous. And the duplicates are allowed. Duplicates are allowed. Okay, so print T, print type of T. So it says it is a tuple and the duplicates are allowed. See, Pooja is appearing twice. Pooja is appearing twice. So duplicates are allowed. I can check for any element like I did it in lists like this. Similarly, I can go for the last second element true, and I can go for slicing also as I did in lists. Then all these functions are applicable in the case of tuples also for I in T. Simple. So it will say element is not present, and if I say 325, it will say the element is present. Element is present because the element is present. It is the third element. Or if I say I want to print element is present at the I'll say CNT position. That is also valid, and I'll say CNT plus plus else CNT plus plus. Sorry, go to CNT plus one. CNT plus plus doesn't work in Python. Element is present at the third position. It was at the third position, 0, 1, 2, 3. Or I could have also done it CNT minus plus one position because it was at the fourth position, like this. Okay. So in this way, I can perform different types of operations, but the only thing that I cannot do is it is immutable. So if I try to make any modifications in the tuple, then it will give me an error. I cannot do any modifications with the tuple. So whatever elements you have created or whatever elements you have done the tuple to, it will always remain the same. You cannot do any modifications with it. But there is something which is known as typecasting. I hope you people are doing it along with me. Are you people doing it along with me? Because again, I will repeat, just looking into it is not going to help you unless you do it. Because if you write the Python code, it will really help you out and it will give you a lot of confidence. Okay, so there is something which is known as typecasting. I cannot do any modifications in the tuples, but what I can do is I can convert a tuple to a list, do the modifications, and then again convert it back to the list or a tuple. So what I can do is I can simply say L1 is equal to list. This will make the tuple to a list. So suppose if I want to print this, and if I also say what is the type of L1, it will say it is a list. So the same elements, 35, these were the elements, 35, 6, 5, 4, 7, 33. Now it has been converted into a list. Now I can make some modifications in it. And then again, what was a modification? Let's make some modification in it. In L1, if I is equal to, let's convert 33 to something else. If I is equal to 33, let's make the modification here. And this is L1. If it is equal to 33, then make it 87. Okay, I have just copy pasted the code on the chat box so that you can try it out yourself. So this was 33, the third element was 33, and now it will be changed to 87. So yes, now if I print L1, 33 has not been changed.
L1 is not changed inside if.
Pardon, what are you saying?
Change L to L1 inside that if.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, क्या बोल रहे हैं? समझ नहीं आया मुझे. What are you trying to say?
L1 needs to be changed inside the, to make it change. Inside the if statement, yep, that's it.
Okay, great. Okay. Because I wanted the answer from you. That is why I was saying, क्या बोला आपने? In this way, I was able to make the 10 changes, and now again I can convert it to a tuple. Then I can say print.
For me, that change has not happened.
Again, you must have done the same mistake. L1. Did it happen?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now you again convert it to a tuple. So this is the one way how which we can do the typecasting. The list can be converted to a tuple. Tuple can be converted to a list. Next, we come to sets. Now sets, you can term it as the simple math sets. The sets are unordered. So it I just put all the things which are there on my table. So I'll say mobile, mouse, laptop, paper, pen, bottle. I have a water bottle like this. And if I say print, yes. So it has printed all the elements, but if you see the order has changed. Earlier it was mobile, mouse, laptop. Now it is mobile, bottle, mouse, because the order doesn't matter at all. Sets only consider that whether an element is present in the set or not. What is the order? If suppose I try to print the second element, it will give me an error. It will give me an error because it is unordered. Remember, sets are unordered. In the list, we have seen ordered. Duplicates are allowed and it was mutable. In the tuple also, we saw that it is ordered. Duplicates were allowed. Pooja was twice and it was immutable. We cannot make any changes to it. Similarly, in sets, we have seen they are unordered and duplicates are not allowed. So see, do we have duplicates? I'll say s dot add and let me add mobile to it. And then I say print s. Mobile is only once. Duplicates are not allowed. Okay. The duplicates are not allowed, but if you can perform a lot of operations on the list like union, intersection, join, as we do have in normal math sets. Okay. And since for I in S, print I, it will print all the elements of the set like this. And in this case, I cannot do something as this one. I did here, no? added in the square brackets, I give the index. So since sets are unordered, I cannot have something as index. So I can simply do the update in sets. I can update an element and make it to something else. I can do that with the help of sets and the update command. But in this case, I cannot do the indexing since it is unordered. But I can modify it. I can modify it. S dot add, I add something to pen stand. I have a pen stand on my table. Pen stand. And then I print S, the pen stand would be added. See, pen stand has been added. So this means it is mutable. Can I add something to a tuple? Can I add something to a tuple? No, it will not say, it will is an error because I cannot make any modifications in a tuple. But I can do modifications in a set. So I have added pen stand there. Is it clear? Any questions or anything that you have not understood or not done or not able to do it? Just let me know if anything is not done. Just let me know if anything is not done. Write a program to remove duplicates from a list. Can you write a program for this? Write a program to remove the duplicates from a list. Anyone? Anyone can answer this question? Write a program to remove the duplicates from a list. I'm waiting.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you use distinct? Can we use distinct?
Distinct. I'm saying I want to remove the duplicates. The distinct will only give you the unique elements printed.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, and Elumalai sir has given the correct code in which I have taken another list and he is copy pasting one list to another and he is copying only those elements which are not present in it. Perfect. Perfect, Elumalai sir. This is definitely going to give you the answer. Anyone else? Any other solution? A shorter solution from this? Anyone can give a shorter solution? I'm waiting. Can anyone give a shorter solution for this? Okay. I can simply convert it to a set. And then again convert it to a list. The duplicates will be removed. First of all, let me print L. L has Nagpur twice and 87 twice. Okay, so there are two duplicates in this. So if I convert the list to a set and then again set to the list and then print L, let's see if the duplicates are removed. Set L. Oh. वो तो गड़बड़ हो गया पूरा. And nevertheless, कहाँ गई list? Where is my list? And let's have a duplicate here, 43, 43, and true. Okay. I have duplicates. S1 is equal to set L. L is equal to list S1. Okay. So now Nagpur 243 was given thrice, but now 243 is only once. We had 64, and now since it was a set, so the ordering of it is removed. So the only disadvantage in using these two commands is that the ordering is changed. In what Alumalai sir has sent, the ordering is not going to change, but it will be using a different list. Let me copy paste his command also. And then I print press. Okay. This is also going to work, but the only thing is you have to have another set of list present with you. That means it is using more space. In this case, it is not using any space. It is just converting into a set, and then again the set is getting converted into a list. But the disadvantage is the order of the elements is changed. But in this case, the order of the elements remains the same. Got it? The order of the elements are changed if you convert it to a set and then convert to a list back. But in this case, the order of the elements remain the same in this case. But in this case, you have to take an extra list. This is an extra list which has been taken. So it is adding to the space complexity. And last but not the least, we have dictionaries. So dictionaries, as I said, have a key value pairs. So the first is a key. I'll say name. What is the key and what is the value for it? I'll say the value is Rahul. Then what is the next key? Next key, I'll say organization. What is the value for it? IIIT. Second, I'll say what is the next? I'll say gender. What is the value for it? Male, like this. And then I can print it. I have lots of commands that can be printed. D dot values, D dot keys, then D dot items. All this can be printed. Okay, so dictionary has a key value pairs. You have a key and you have a value. Or I can have something like something like this also. So D dot values will print 1, 2, 3. Okay. So dictionaries have a different usage altogether. They are used to have the key value pairs. Tuples are used to sort those values which need not change because it is immutable. You do not want to change the values of the tuple. List is used in those cases in which you can make some modifications, and it is an ordered list. Ordered list. Tuple is an ordered list, but I cannot do any modifications. Set is unordered. So depending upon the application, depending upon the choice of your data set, you can choose one of these. If I want to have a key value pair sort of this, I can go for dictionaries. So all have their own advantages and disadvantages, and all have their different set of applications. In some of the cases, a list may be used. In some of the cases, a tuple can be used. In some of the cases, the dictionary may be used, and so on. Is it clear? Is this clear? I really want an answer from you people so that it is clear or not. There are only few people who always respond. Lakshmi ma'am, Nasir sir, Neetu ma'am, Nicholas sir. What about the rest? Shruti ma'am, Beula ma'am, Hima Bindu ma'am, Mahesh sir. Okay. Okay. So if this is clear, then I can move to the three main important libraries which I mentioned in the morning: sklearn, pandas, and NumPy.
You can give a break for 15 minutes and start it. That would be better.
You want a break at this moment?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, we'll take a break.
Yeah, so that because they have been there from 9:50, almost 2 hours continuously.
ठीक है. Okay.
So we'll break
So-
now for 15 minutes and we'll resume by 11:30.
11:30, fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sir.